In a small town, just on the outskirts, lives an elderly man in a lonely house. Inside, the warmth of the home contrasts with the coldness of his heart. His wife passed away years ago, and his children moved to distant cities. The old man wakes up every day in the same monotonous routine and sleeps alone at night. The trees in his garden stand bare and still under the harsh winter. Everything, just like his life, is quiet and empty. The town itself has been stuck in the same unremarkable rhythm for years. The man, lost in the memories of a life now distant, drifts through his days with a sense of deep loneliness. One morning, the old man moves to the window and looks outside. The first snow has blanketed the ground, and there's a stillness in the air. The man thinks of going outside to gather firewood, but the snow has fallen heavily, and the cold has deepened. He thinks about staying inside for a little longer, but the firewood is running low, and the time to face the cold outside has come. His aging hands tremble as he considers stepping out into the frigid air. Meanwhile, in the dense woods outside the town, a bear and her cubs are struggling to find food. The approach of winter makes it harder every day to survive. The bear, determined to feed her family, heads toward the town early in the morning. Each step through the forest feels colder, and the cubs, weak from hunger, are getting slower. But their mother encourages them, and they continue, hoping that the town might hold some promise of food. As the bear family approaches the town, the elderly man is outside trying to clear the snow from his porch. Suddenly, he notices movement from a distance. Large, heavy footprints leave a trail in the snow, and as they get closer, his heart starts to race. A bear and her cubs are heading toward his house. At first, the man is paralyzed with fear. He doesn't know what to do. He cautiously steps back inside, but something stops him. He looks again. The bears don't seem to be approaching with aggression, but rather out of necessity. They're hungry, just like he is lonely. The elderly man, overcoming his fear, slowly opens the door. The bears stop in their tracks, eyeing him warily, but they're hungry, and the scent of food lures them closer. The man hesitates for a moment, but then he reaches for whatever food he has available. He gathers some bread and cans of food from his pantry. The bears approach cautiously, but as they sniff the air, their hunger overtakes their caution. They move forward, and the old man, trembling, places the food outside. The bears are tentative at first, but quickly begin to devour the food. The cubs eagerly eat, and the mother watches protectively. The man, watching this strange encounter, feels something stir inside him. He's not just watching animals take food from him. For a brief moment, he's sharing something. Maybe, just maybe, the loneliness he feels can be alleviated by this small, unexpected act of kindness. The next evening, the bears return. The man, no longer scared, opens the door and sees them waiting. This time, there's no fear between them. The bears approach with a sense of trust, and the man, now familiar with them, offers more food. The bears accept it, but there's something more in their eyes. They don't just take the food, they seem to have come for the companionship, the shared connection. From that night onward, the bears begin to visit every evening. Each night, the old man waits for them, eager to share his food, and more importantly, his company. The bears, who were once distant and wary, begin to approach with a sense of friendship. The man finds comfort in their presence. He no longer spends his evenings in silence. There's a sense of peace in the air as the bears playfully interact with each other and with him, sometimes even nudging him gently with their noses. The man finds himself laughing, smiling, and feeling more connected to the world than he has in years. These visits, these small moments of shared time, become the highlight of his days. As the days go by, the bond between the man and the bears deepens. They have become more than just visitors. They are his companions, his friends, As winter tightens its grip, the days grow colder and the nights longer. The old man notices that the bears seem weaker each time they arrive. They have difficulty finding food, and the snow has made hunting even harder. One morning, the man steps outside to find a large stack of firewood by his door. He's shocked. The bears, knowing that the man's firewood supply is running low, have somehow managed to gather wood from the forest and bring it to him. The man stands there, overcome with emotion. The bears, despite their own struggles, have given him everything they could. The old man's heart swells with gratitude. The bears aren't just visitors anymore. They've become his family. They've shared everything with him: food, companionship, and now even their strength to help him survive. In the coldest part of winter, the man looks out the window one morning. The bears approach, their fur thick with snow, but their steps are strong. They've come again, not just to find food, but to offer more. The man, filled with a quiet joy, opens the door and welcomes them inside. The cubs play in the snow, tumbling around while the mother looks on with affection. The old man watches them, knowing that he's no longer alone. These bears, with their loyalty and love, have filled his life with warmth. The cold no longer feels as harsh, and the silence no longer feels as empty.